Greetings, my name is Chris Zirkle. Welcome to the Podcast Challenge. And the Podcast Challenge is an experience. It's for students, for staff members, for admin, anyone who has an interest in podcasting. The experience will walk you through the podcast process, which is where we prepare, we record, edit, we then publish and then distribute our podcast to our target audience. We'll go through that whole process hands-on. You'll experience it. We'll walk you through each step of the way. By the end, you should be prepared to not only know all the tech and how to record and edit podcasting, but also we're going to build the capacity within you to go ahead and plan out your first season. We have the documents, the spreadsheet, everything for you to go ahead and plan out all of your episodes, record dates, air dates, what it's going to be about, your guests, things of that nature. So the podcast process. Let's go ahead and look at what's on the rest of this web page that you're in now, the Podcast Challenge intro. Just scroll down below the video you're watching now. Just below the video, you're going to see where I explain what the Podcast Challenge is. Now I want to walk you through what you're going to learn. We have 5 modules that all the content has been broken down into. That's where all the lessons are. Let's just start looking at Module 1. Module 1 is Podcasting 101, where you'll learn the basics, the terminology, you'll learn about the formats and the benefits of podcasting. Once you go through the mastery check of that, which means you'll demonstrate what you've learned, and if you do that successfully, you'll unlock Module 2. Module 2 will then take you through the student workflow. That's where we give you the documents and we walk you through preparing your podcast, getting the script ready, your bullet points outline, whatever talking points you're going to have, bumpers, everything ready. Then we do a little mastery test or a check on that to see how well you're doing with that work. If you or your group has accomplished everything you need to, you'll unlock Module 3, which is recording. When you get recording done, you can do it different ways. There's a wide variety of ways to record. So we'll let you choose which way you want to record, what meets your needs according to your access to technology, things like that. And then you're going to, after you record, go into a mastery check, make sure you know how to record, submit a sample, that type of thing. And then now unlock Module 4, which is editing. We'll learn how to edit a wide variety of ways, just like recording. Again, mastery check, you'll unlock the next and last module, which is the shortest one, publishing. And we'll look at publishing your podcast and distributing it to all the platforms you want to be on. As far as the design for this course, we are digital learning coordinators and we're modeling the blended learning model, a version of it, so to say, to you by taking all the content and putting it into video format so that we can deliver the content to you on demand wherever you're at. Push pause, do what you need to do to get the content. You don't have to be present with the instructor to get that. What that does is allows you to move through at your own pace and allows the instructors or myself to work with you, to help you, and to work with the groups that are going on and do all the hands-on activities and not have to focus on delivering the content, because some of the content you may know and you can skip through content as you know it. If you can take the mastery check and pass it, you can breeze right through the modules. Right, so let's go ahead and look at the goals for your session here. The must do is that you must produce a podcast show, an episode, the artwork, all the required documents and so forth that are provided for you in the course in order to successfully complete the course to receive credit. The should do is what we encourage you to take it a step further and go ahead and plan out your first season on a scale, whatever scale that may be, and then implement your first season, keeping in contact with us so we can walk through that first season with you and support you any way we can. We have a number of skills here. All these skills are the skills that will be assessed using the mastery checks. So you'll be able to, or your students, accomplish all these. As far as communication support, if you're in class in a blended synchronous session, just raise your hand, we'll come help you. If you're online asynchronously, taking this at your own pace, just shoot me an email, contact me, and we'll reach out to you. As far as getting started, let's go ahead and look at the top of the website here, and you're going to see where it says modules on the top left. Click on modules, and then you can see it says Podcasting 101. You would start with the first lesson, what is podcasting, and what we do is we chunk out the content for you. So you would go through and read about what podcasting is. You may already be familiar with this content. Just hit next when you're done. You'll be taken to the very next chunk or section of the lesson. If we click on modules at any time, we can see all the modules that are there. Let's look at one of the podcast formats. I'm going to click on that. Each of these has a description of what the format is, some pros and cons of that format, and then you can click on a sample podcast that's student-friendly, listen to that, become familiar with the bumpers, how different podcasts have their bumpers, get some ideas, figure out what format your podcast is going to be. If we hop back out to all the modules, you'll see near the end, we're always going to have a timer practice. So the pattern is that you're given content, and then you practice the content, then you go and take the mastery check, which will come after the practice. So follow the directions in the practice, go ahead and look at the mastery check. I'll open the practice for you just real quick so you can see that these are all going to be discussion posts. So there'll be directions and steps for you to follow. So you'll follow the directions and the steps. Once you've completed all that, you'll see the directions for submission. And then you're going to do your must do. You can do your should do if you like to. We encourage you. But here you would just simply explain what the concept of your podcast is going to be to the rest of those in the group. And you'll just hit reply, and you can do that via video or you can do that in text format. If we come back out one more time to the modules and we come down to the very bottom, you'll see that we can't get to the next module or lesson until we complete the mastery check. The mastery checks have rockets next to them. Click on Podcast Anatomy, which is the name of the mastery check here. You'll see the directions, and you'll see that you can go ahead and start or resume the assessment. When you open that up, you're going to go ahead and see the questions that are there. Go ahead and just follow the prompts, the directions, and once you're done, you'll submit, and you're going to have that assessed by me. I'll check it over, provide you feedback. We'll unlock your next section, lesson, or module. So that's pretty much a quick look at the introduction to the podcast challenge, what it is, kind of how the course works and flows, how each lesson or module flows. Wanted to let you know about the practice time and the mastery checks. Any questions, go ahead and just raise your hand, let me know, or shoot us an email. Thank you.